Shalom. Call Halayim La, Allahayinawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the men, women, and children. This is the brother Ainan coming back with another lesson. And Lord willing, this is edifying. So we've reached 2025 and the things that have happened in 2024 set up everything that's going to happen in 2025. And one of the things that's been set up is the introduction of the C-hip, okay? And those of us that are in the know what the C-hip is. C to the H to the I to the P to the Mar to the Ka. Revelations, fulfillment of 13 and 16 on down, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who make up the 12 tribes of Israel, okay, the sons, the Banyamyan of Yaiquab, sons of Jacob, man. Hey, y'all better listen. Y'all need to listen, man. This man, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, has this plan. And he's finna roll it out, man. You see the headlines, okay? Technology, okay? In 2024, Elon Musk predicted that hundreds of millions of people will have his brain chips within the next 20 years. So don't forget to hold him to it, right? I'm gonna read that again. In 2024, Elon Musk predicted that hundreds of millions of people will have his brain chips in the next 20 years. And it's not going to take that long. I'm just, through the spirit of what's going on, scriptures talk about measure thou the time diligently within itself. And when you measure the time, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Okay, Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son. Those are the true names of the of the God of the Bible and His Son. Okay, who word ignorantly calls God and Jesus. Okay, Jesus is a blasphemous name, and the word God just means Allah, just power. It really should be Allahayim, the powers. Okay, that's what it says in the book of Genesis. Who created this world and everything that you see around it, in it and around it. But back to the subject at hand, this thing is, being prepared for you as a snare, man. In the near future, this man's image will be dangled in front of your face, and you would have to make a choice whether you're going to be included in his society, okay, his technocracy, okay, and the reason why we call it a technocracy, because the fourth industrial revolution is happening right now. Information and technology is taking over everything. AI, you can't escape AI. It's in every job, every facet of your life. AI is weaved into the fabric of this kingdom right now. Okay. And that's the way Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to try to extend and augment his rulership, man. Okay. But Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is going to interrupt his little victory party, okay, in the middle of him trying to enjoy his newfound rulership level, is going to be interrupted, okay, and put down because it's unrighteous, okay, and it seeks to replace, okay, the Most High and his power structure. And the way things were set up in the beginning is going to be restored, okay? So let's get into this article and get some scriptures and close out. Lord willing, is edifying. It says in 2022, what the year was the year when Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain chip company, finally moved from theory to reality. Okay, and a theory is just, scientific thought, that something could happen if the operation, the steps were followed to accomplish it, and then it says into reality. So this thing is here now. Okay, and if y'all was paying attention, measuring the time diligently within itself, you knew that the trials were moved to human trials, not the swine and the monkey trials. Even if the monkey, I believe a monkey 2 died, a test subject died. Well, it's moved to human trials now. And it was approved not only here in the US, but in Canada also to human trials. So they're rolling this thing out. And don't forget, this thing is going to be rolled out quickly because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is speeding up the time, allowing this devil to get to the point where it's time to roll this thing out on a large scale. That's why it says, okay, hundreds of millions of people will have this brain chip, right? He didn't say a couple hundred people. Okay, it says announcing its first successful medical implants in patients. This on its own is remarkable and a remarkable achievement, and not one to be taken lightly though. With Elon Musk in his cheerleading role, the promises of what comes next may make a few of us non-augmented folk roll their eyes. Okay, and I always try to, per our elders and apostles, look up words. So I took the liberty of looking up that word augmented. Okay, and it's used in a different, slightly different way, but you can get the point of what it's saying. Okay, and right here it says what is antinomy of augmented reality. Okay, and augmented reality deals with that AI, the AR glasses, virtual reality, Meta, that world. Okay, it says augmented reality differs from virtual reality in the sense that augmented reality, part of the surrounding environment, is real, and augmented reality is just adding layers of virtual objects to the real environment. Okay, so something that's added, to enlarge or give depth to something. Okay, and then I also looked this up. Okay, it says, what is the meaning of an augmented human? Okay, it says human augmentation is the term for technologies that improve human capabilities. They primarily work to elevate human performance, health, or quality of life. Popular examples of human augmentation technology are devices such as cochlear implants or robotic limbs. Okay, um, paying attention, there's all kinds of um, augmented human augmentations. I mean, if you technically look around, people have been duped for centuries. I mean, not centuries, but decades now with human augmentation. Think of breast implants. Think of BBLs. Think of you know, hearing aids. Think of you know, bionic glasses. Think of you know, plastic surgery. That's a form of augmentation. It may not be technology wise, because technology would involve you actually having a piece of wearable technology. But even having a phone with you now is a augmentation. Because you know you have something that augments or elevates anything that you're doing. So now you introduce AI to most phones now, and that's even closer. Now they trying to get you used to AI, having an AI assistant on you at all times. You could ask it questions, it could talk to you and all that. All these things are gradualism, a form of gradualism that's trying to get you used to things without even really realizing that you're actually getting ready for the next level of integration, because what's to say that having you know an assistant, an AI assistant in the form of a chip under your skin would be that bad if you have it in your hand already. Because really think about it. In, the next 15, 20 years, Lord willing, we ain't here, but, we never know. I don't think it's going to go that long, but that's just my opinion. Let's say even in the next 5 years, you have baby boomers dying out and, people, a lot of people retiring, and there's a workforce that's coming in that's more Gen Z. They may not be opposed to this thing because they're so used to the technology. Just like, there's people in being born right now or in Gen Z that doesn't know what it was like before sodomites came on the scene, and now you see them everywhere and it's normal. They won't know the difference. You see what I'm saying? So, in a world like that, it's being set up, just like, my parents' age, computers weren't around when they were young. So, when I try to tell my dad maybe he can get a computer or a laptop, and he's like, nah, I wouldn't know what to do with that. He's like, I can't barely work a phone, much less he don't even have a smartphone. He can't work the smartphone. He don't understand how to do it. He just has a regular, straight up just dial phone. It's a digital phone, but all he knows how to do is you know hit the name on the phone and let it call and pick it up when somebody calls. Everything else, like dealing with the apps or all that, he don't get it. He don't understand that. 82 years old. So you know what I mean. It's just out of date. So nonetheless, let's go back to the article, right? There was a particular part. Okay. It says the promise happy billionaire has not only declared that Neuralink is going to be full steam ahead, but that patients will be outperforming pro gamers within 2 years. So yeah, there it is. Like, within 2 years, he's basically saying they're going to be outperforming gamers. So if you don't know, the BCI, the brain computer chip, is going to allow someone that has the wearable chip in their implant in their head to be able to control the cursor on a computer or play a game with just by just thinking about it. And we all know the mind is quicker than the hand. Sometimes your mind is going a mile a minute, but the things that you actually can get done in reality outside of your brain, it can only go so fast because your body's those those chains of darkness. Like the flesh is weary, like they say that the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak. You can think way quicker than you can actually execute. It says and that's not even his wildest claim. Musk reckons Neuralink is going to have to speed up human brains so that AI doesn't get bored. Basically telling you, right. AI is going to be all up in this thing, right? Let me get to the particular area. Okay, yeah. The was let's see. Yeah. It says bit rate and patient number will increase exponentially over the next 5+ years. My guess is combined IO bit rate 1 MBS. Basically, the speed at which human brains can actually process information is measured by bit rates, I believe, or rather, the Neuralink. Basically saying that here it is down here. It says but even that prediction looks positively tainted next to Musk's previous notion that hundreds of millions will have Neuralinks within the next couple of decades, which is to add to which Elon Musk comments about the input-output rate over 1 million bits per second, basically the speed of thought. So that's how, these brain computer chips is going to perform, right? So this is why they think that, their kingdom is going to be prolonged, right? And we'll just get a scripture real quick. Revelations 13 and 11, it says, the title says, the beast from the earth. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Yep. So that beast, okay, is the Roman Empire, right? Okay. And he had two horns like a lamb, the plebeian and the patricians, right? Now, if you look at the modern day setup for government here, it mirrors that of Rome. Okay. Okay. You have the Senate and the House. That's the two horns, like a lamb, meaning that they're trying to convince people that they're going for the best interest of the people, doing things, passing laws for the best interest of the people, right? But in reality, when you really examine what they're doing, they're actually carrying out draconian measures, more and more draconian measures, trying to impede freedom of speech, trying to impede freedom to, bear arms and protect yourself, trying to impede your movements of travel and your freedom to purchase things and your medical information and your keep tabs on your traveling and all that through passports and things of that nature. Trying to keep track of your transactions through your bank statements and telecommunication, who you call, who you've been talking to, what you look up on your phone. So all these things are tabs, man. Those are draconian measures, man. And that is going to be some of y'all detriment, because when you take this, this implant, okay, you're giving them access like you do on your phone when it asks you, do you give permission? And you say yes because you want to use the app. In order to use the app, you got to give it permission to get all your information. You know what I mean? So it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because you want to use the app, you need to use the app, to do things. So this is kind of like the same thing. I'm pretty sure before you accept that implant is going to probably ask you, and you're going to have to give it permission and get all up in your crevices to know everything, right? It says, verse 12, and he exerciseth, if I didn't mention it, that dragon, is talking, about Rome. Verse 12, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him. And who was the first beast before him? Before this one is Rome, right? And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, okay, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, and that first beast, like I said, is the Roman Empire, right? And the deadly wound, okay, is when Yahweh Shai bound him up, okay, for 1,000 years, and Jake was ruling the Eastern Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, all the way through the Byzantine Empire, for 1,000 years he was bound. And then at the end of the 1,000 years, I believe that's in Revelation 20, he was loose, okay? And that's when the Renaissance happened. And Jake he broke the yoke off his neck that Jake had on him, okay? He was completely destroyed during the reign of 1,000 years. And then he broke out of it. And the Renaissance came about, and he came back into power through, you see it all through Spain and Portugal. And, he forced a lot of the Jews in Spain and Portugal to become conversos. Even Christopher Columbus brought some conversos here with him who spoke Hebrew, okay, and was conversing with the Native Americans who spoke a broken form of Hebrew. I'm drawing a blank right now, but one of his interpreters, Luis de Torres, was a converso. Okay, and the edict that was passed was they were not to practice Judaism, their heritage. You know, Jeremiah 17:4, the Lord took our heritage from us. And at the same time, you had Jake's, hair that were going off, practicing all kinds of hideous, paganisms, you know. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Okay, and that's something that the whole world has seen. Okay, through Hiroshima and Nagasaki, big boy, fat man, and little boy, right? I believe that's the names of the two missiles. It's been a while since I went over that. I might have got the names wrong, but that fire was concentrated fire in the form of the atomic bombs. The smith that bloweth in the coal, bloweth the coals in the fire, right? The instrument of his indignation, right? Albert Einstein and that other Edomite. I'm drawing a blank right now on his name, but those two were, the Lord gave them the vision to bring that instrument forth, right? And it says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, and we said there's Rome, right? And America came out of Europe. Primarily Great Britain, okay, the French and the Spanish, okay. And America fought wars against all three of them, okay, and they had to be subdued for America to be birthed, okay. And they in turn were part of the first beast, okay. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so all men are going to be put to this temptation, right? The hour of temptation, right? All men, even Bishop Nate, right? So, Lord willing, this is edifying. Lord willing, you got something out of it. Until next time, I say shalom.